So far I've talked about what it's like to have a therapist. Now I hope those videos have provided some benefit to you. But now I'm going to move on and talk about experiences that have happened in my life that I think would also provide some sort of benefit to people that are watching or listening. So without further ado, here is 25 years by me, Ryan Bostock. These tales are all true and have happened to me. If you're watching or listening, I do hope these tales will bring some benefit to you. So today's tale, story, or how can I put it? Topic of conversation is about materialistic items, things, materialism. How I was when I was growing up, how I've kind of transitioned through not seeing the value in materialistic things like I used to. So when I was growing up, I'd always have to have, and I can't believe it, this is until I was about 14, 15, my jeans had to be Armani. Whatever the cost, they had to be Armani. Don't ask me why, it was just always that my jeans, that's what happened. And then that every up and coming thing, whether it was we had a BlackBerry or an iPhone, I had to have the best thing. And going on from that, it kind of went on to when I was like 18, 19, I'd have to have Christian Louboutin shoes. That was kind of where I was navigating my path towards. I wanted these status symbols that everyone used to go and look at you like, wow, look what he's got. Now at the time, I knew what I was doing, but I wasn't consciously going, I'm gonna buy them so everyone looks at me. But on the same token, I used to have a Mercedes car. So when I used to do like a Snapchat or an Instagram post, I used to take the post, so I'd be studying away, so doing something good, and then in the photo I'd make sure my Mercedes keyring or my Christian Louboutin wallet was in the photo, just so I could get, well, I don't know what it was, attention maybe, but for me it was more that, look, I'm going on the right path, but I've also got this at the same time. And I knew what I was doing subconsciously, probably not consciously, to a certain degree. I think there was a bit of consciousness about that. And I was like, why? I look back on it, I was like, why did I do it? And I think a lot of it was, I wanted everyone to look at me. I wanted everyone to like me. I think it was a popularity thing that the friends I was around at the time, the people I used to go out with, it was like, oh wow, look, he's wearing really expensive shoes, and you did get quite a lot of attention off it. And when you were younger, I think I loved it. But then also I think it was a matter of, because I was going out and trying to get girls or want girls to be drawn to me or them to give me attention, I'd do it even more so. I'd even do simple things of lifting up the bottom of my shoe because it was a red sole, or stand in a photo so you'd turn so they'd see your watch, or whatever badge you had going on, it was kind of like, oh look, or that was kind of how it was. And I was like, why? Now, I've kind of spoke about, I knew it was to get girls, so when I used to go on a date, I'd always pick them up in my car. We'd never go, oh, I'll meet you there, or oh, well, let's get a taxi. Because I knew the car that I had, they'd like. And I think as I growing up, and where I'm at now, that I've changed my Mercedes car to a Seat Ibiza. I've gone from Christian Louboutin shoes to Vans, Armani Jeans to River Island. And as my happiness changed, as my personality changed, no, I just don't hold value to someone else's opinion anymore. And I think because I don't hold anyone's opinion to such high value like I used to, or even cared about being popular, because I don't, if you like me, you like me, if you don't, you don't. And it's that simple. I don't hold materialistic items as value. Don't get me wrong, if I saw a Louis Vuitton handbag, well, that's quite nice. But would that give me happiness? No, because that isn't what actually makes me happy. It would be more the relationships I've got with my friends or the conversations that we'd have. So I think that was, some say it's a part of growing up, but I think it's not just that, it's understanding what truly makes you happy and why I don't hold value to those materialistic objects. One aspect that I think may come into contention is the music I listen to. So I listen to rap music and R&B music, and that type of music talks about getting the bag or getting the drip. So it would all, that status kind of identity was then my music I'd listen to, the friends I was hanging around with, the girls that I was attracting or wanting to attract. Everyone gave value to these materialistic items. So now, looking back, I'm like, okay, so there's a combination of aspects that made me want to have these expensive items, but in reality it was a bubble of happiness that was so delicate that it could be popped within an instant, because if the next item came out and I couldn't afford it, or I couldn't justify that amount that I could when I was 19, and my happiness would then decrease. So I think, looking at it from this aspect, I'm like, wow, how delicate my happiness was from 18 to 22 because of the value I held with these items. So looking at that, if I could conclude that tale, for me it was the combination of my friends, my music, the person I wanted people to think I was the reason I held value to materialistic items. That's me, Ryan Bostock, and this is my series, 25 Years. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this, let me know. There's going to be many more to come. Please subscribe if you do like it, and let me know in the comments your thoughts.